same thoughts.
Getting inside of someone else's mind. That's the theme for this week's The Weekly Strategy Memo. I'm Rich Taffel, president of RLT Strategies, and each week I answer a strategy question from a world-changing leader like you. And this week's question comes from Washington, D.C. It reads, I'm about to leave my job that I've worked for many years at, and I'm wondering, how do I leave that job without burning any bridges? When I read your question, it reminded me of a client that I had. And I think what I worked on with that client might be applicable to your situation. My client was leaving a boss, and he was not happy. He did not like his boss. In fact, he didn't really even want to give the 2 weeks notice that you're supposed to give professionally. He just wanted to go. But he was in coaching, and he asked me, how can I do this professionally? I just want out. Well, I said, let's do better than just be professional. Let's do this right. Let's really do this right. And so what I asked my client to do was to employ his emotional intelligence. I asked him to be empathetic toward his boss. That didn't go over too well. He was in no mood to be empathetic for his boss. He just wanted out. But after some coaxing, he agreed to think empathetically about his boss, and we did a role play. He played his boss, and I actually played him. During the session, the theme of loss came up for his boss in 3 distinct areas. First, his boss was worried about the loss of reputation. He was concerned that there might be a good chance that you're going to say negative things about me. And then another area of loss that came up was about money. This person had been involved with sales, so there was a good chance they could lose income, a serious concern. And the third area of loss, which we can all relate to, was the loss of time, the hassle factor. You're leaving, I'm going to have to pick up your pieces. Now, by thinking through empathetically, like his boss, he was able to anticipate the concerns of his boss, and when he had the exit interview, he mitigated all of those concerns. So, he said, let's write the press release together in a really positive way, and let's make this transition really positive for everyone. He mitigated the loss of reputation. And then he said, let's introduce you to all the salespeople that I've been working with and some clients that I've been working with so that we make sure there are no gaps in income for the organization. He mitigated the loss of income. And finally, at the end, he was really inspired and said, you know, I said I would give you 2 weeks. If you need 3 or maybe 4, I understand. I don't want to drop a lot of work on your lap, so maybe there's another way to work this out. In fact, I'm becoming a consultant. Maybe you could be my first customer. And that's exactly what happened. The old boss became the first new customer, and it was a win-win for everybody involved. Now, since that situation, those two have worked together on numerous projects that have benefited them both tremendously. The moral of the story, empathy is strategic thinking. It creates win-win situations when we put ourselves in other people's shoes. Doing that, you might find that you create win-win relationships for the rest of your life. Thanks for the question. I look forward to next week's question. This is Rich Taffel at the Weekly Strategy Memo.
Mine, I'll be yours. If you be mine, I'll be yours. If you be mine, I'll be yours. If you be mine, I'll be yours.